Once upon a time, in the bustling city of Milbrook, there lived a beggar named Sarah. She wandered the streets with a weathered cardboard sign that read, "Anything helps. God bless." Her clothes were tattered, her shoes worn thin, and her face weathered by the hardships of life. Despite her struggles, Sarah possessed a heart filled with resilience and a determination to change her circumstances. One brisk autumn morning, as Sarah sat on the sidewalk, a man named Mr. Thompson, the owner of a gas station nearby, approached her. He noticed something different about Sarah, an earnestness in her eyes that spoke volumes. Instead of dropping a few coins into her cup like the others, Mr. Thompson crouched down beside her. "What's your story, young lady?" he asked, his voice gentle yet curious. Sarah hesitated at first, unused to such kindness from strangers. But something about Mr. Thompson's sincerity compelled her to open up. She recounted her struggles, the loss of her job, the eviction notice from her apartment, and the ensuing spiral into homelessness. Moved by her story, Mr. Thompson offered her a chance, a job as a gas station attendant. He explained that while he couldn't promise much, he could provide her with a steady income and a chance to rebuild her life. Sarah's eyes widened in disbelief. She had never expected such an opportunity to come her way. With a newfound sense of purpose, Sarah accepted Mr. Thompson's offer gratefully. She traded her ragged clothes for a uniform and her cardboard sign for a pump nozzle. Each day, she arrived at the gas station with determination, ready to tackle whatever challenges lay ahead. In the beginning, Sarah struggled to adapt to her new role. She fumbled with the cash register, spilled gasoline on her shoes, and sometimes forgot to tighten the caps on the fuel tanks. But despite her initial clumsiness, Sarah refused to give up. She approached each task with unwavering dedication, determined to prove herself worthy of Mr. Thompson's trust. As the days passed, Sarah's diligence began to pay off. She mastered the intricacies of the cash register, learned to navigate the pump controls with ease, and even developed a knack for striking up conversations with customers. Her genuine warmth and kindness endeared her to the regulars, who soon began to look forward to their visits to the gas station. 1 week later, on a bright and sunny morning, Sarah arrived at the gas station with a spring in her step. Little did she know that this day would be unlike any other. As she went about her duties, Sarah noticed a familiar face among the crowd, a woman named Mrs. Johnson, who often stopped by to refuel her car on her way to work. Mrs. Johnson was a prominent figure in the community, known for her philanthropy and her commitment to helping those in need. Curious, Sarah struck up a conversation with Mrs. Johnson as she filled her tank. To her surprise, Mrs. Johnson revealed that she was in search of a new assistant for her charity organization, someone who possessed the same compassion and work ethic that Sarah had demonstrated at the gas station. Without hesitation, Sarah seized the opportunity. She poured her heart out to Mrs. Johnson, sharing her dreams of making a difference in the world and her desire to leave her days of begging behind her for good. Impressed by Sarah's sincerity and determination, Mrs. Johnson offered her the job on the spot. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Sarah accepted without hesitation, her eyes brimming with tears of joy. Word of Sarah's remarkable transformation spread quickly throughout the community. People marveled at the beggar who had become a beacon of hope, inspiring others with her resilience and unwavering spirit. As Sarah bid farewell to her days at the gas station, she left behind a legacy that would not soon be forgotten. Though she had started as a humble beggar asking for spare change, she had emerged as a symbol of hope and possibility, a testament to the transformative power of compassion and the human spirit. And as she embarked on this new chapter of her life, Sarah knew that her journey was far from over. For wherever she went, she carried with her the promise of a brighter tomorrow, fueled by the kindness of strangers and the power of her own indomitable will. With a heart full of gratitude and a newfound sense of purpose, Sarah dove headfirst into her new role at Mrs. Johnson's charity organization. She threw herself into her work with passion and determination, eager to make a positive impact on the lives of those in need. As she traveled from one outreach program to another, Sarah witnessed firsthand the struggles faced by the less fortunate in her community. She met families who were struggling to put food on the table, children who lacked access to education, and elderly individuals who were isolated and alone. Determined to make a difference, Sarah poured her energy into organizing food drives, tutoring sessions, and social gatherings for the elderly. She worked tirelessly, rallying volunteers and resources to support her cause. And with each small victory, Sarah's confidence grew, fueling her determination to do even more. Months passed, and Sarah's efforts began to bear fruit. The charity organization flourished under her leadership, expanding its reach and impact throughout the city. People from all walks of life were touched by Sarah's compassion and dedication, inspired to join her in her mission to create a brighter future for their community. But amidst the whirlwind of her newfound success, Sarah never forgot where she came from. She remained humble, always mindful of the struggles that had shaped her journey. And though she had left behind her days as a beggar on the streets of Milbrook, she carried with her the lessons learned and the people she had met along the way. 1 year later, on a crisp autumn day, much like the one that had changed her life forever, Sarah stood before a crowd of supporters gathered to celebrate the anniversary of the charity organization she had helped build. As she looked out at the sea of smiling faces, Sarah felt a swell of emotion rise within her. She thought back to that fateful day when Mr. Thompson had offered her a chance to reclaim her dignity, to rebuild her life, and to make a difference in the world. And she knew in her heart that she had fulfilled that promise, not just to herself, but to everyone who had believed in her along the way. As the applause died down and the festivities drew to a close, Sarah took a moment to reflect on the incredible journey that had brought her to this point. She realized that while her past had been marked by hardship and struggle, it had also been filled with moments of grace and kindness, moments that had shaped her into the person she had become. And as she looked ahead to the future, Sarah knew that no matter where life took her, she would always carry with her the spirit of resilience, compassion, and hope that had guided her from the streets to the gas station attendant and beyond. For in the end, it wasn't just about the job she had taken or the title she had earned. It was about the journey she had embarked upon and the lives she had touched along the way. With the passing of time, Sarah's impact on the community continued to grow. Her dedication to helping others and her unwavering commitment to making a difference became the stuff of legend in Milbrook. People came from far and wide to seek her guidance, support, and inspiration. As the years went by, Sarah's charity organization expanded its reach beyond the borders of Milbrook, reaching out to communities in need across the country. Her tireless efforts earned her recognition and accolades, but for Sarah, the greatest reward was seeing the positive impact her work had on the lives of others. Through it all, Sarah remained true to herself, humble, compassionate, and ever grateful for the opportunities she had been given. She never forgot the kindness of Mr. Thompson, who had seen her potential when others had looked away, or the generosity of Mrs. Johnson, who had offered her a chance to turn her life around. And though she had risen from the ranks of the homeless to become a beacon of hope for so many, Sarah never lost sight of where she had come from. She continued to reach out to those in need, offering a helping hand to anyone who crossed her path. In the end, Sarah's story served as a reminder that no matter how dark the night may seem, there is always hope on the horizon. With courage, determination, and the support of others, even the most unlikely of dreams can come true. And so, as the sun set on another day in Milbrook, Sarah stood tall, her heart overflowing with gratitude for the journey that had brought her to this moment. For she knew that while her past may have been marked by hardship and struggle, her future was filled with endless possibilities, a testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome, to persevere, and to soar. As Sarah's story spread far and wide, it became an inspiration to many, igniting a ripple effect of kindness and compassion across the world. People from all walks of life were moved by her resilience and determination, and they began to look for ways to make a difference in their own communities. Sarah's legacy lived on in the countless lives she had touched, the hearts she had uplifted, and the hope she had restored. Her journey served as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always light to be found, and that a single act of kindness has the power to change the world. As the years passed, Sarah's name became synonymous with hope, her story passed down from generation to generation as a testament to the indomitable strength of the human spirit. And though she had once been a beggar on the streets of Milbrook, Sarah's journey had taken her far beyond the confines of her past. She had become a symbol of resilience, a beacon of hope, and a shining example of what it means to never give up on your dreams. In the end, Sarah's story was not just about the transformation of a beggar into a gas station attendant. It was about the transformation of a soul, a community, and a world in need of hope. And as long as her memory lived on, so too would the legacy of kindness, compassion, and courage that she had left behind.